Welcome to the Reggaecy, where we endeavor to preserve the legacy of reggae and dancehall music by discussing important topics as it relates to the reggae and dancehall culture. Yes, you have Oliver, but that's a last man standing, and Shane, yeah, with a nice
Last man standing.
muscle kind of sweater that the man have put in whole heap of work. Oliver, boy, Shane a
Yes,
outwork brother, the man, I don't know, if I some calisthenics or the man in the gym or lift weights thing, boy. The man a outwork, bro.
Man, do one
body
finger
weight,
push up on
body
them
weight,
thing,
man.
bro.
Yo, people. Yo, follow Shane on Instagram in my yo. Then you see some push-ups so you say blood clot. I wonder. Sorry, you my cuss bad word.
Man, do
Yo.
some Bruce Lee and some
Yo.
prison push up.
I wonder if some prison push-ups that dog.
Jano.
He ain't never did go jail though, just to make that clear.
Yeah. Shane, how are your Instagram handle? Not for dive from the topic.
At Dancecraft, DANZKRFT.
Right.
Instagram.
You see me? All our way are the Reggaecy still in our people. So just understand that. _Reggaecy. You know what I mean? On IG. You dig? You know what I mean? We have some other Instagram handle, but we don't need to go this right now. Yeah, at any rate, topics today. Few things to discuss. We're gonna jump into the first one. A couple of things that's kind of been out that Oliver and Shane and we've been kind of floating around idea of talking about. Saw an article. I remember exactly when we did see it. Maybe Repeating Islands or something.
Dancehall.
Yeah, the article is about a young lady from Audiomack named Tanya Larson on streams, right? The future of dancehall and how Audiomack is helping. You see me? So to get into it, just to share people, we all checked it out and it seemed like a good read. You should probably look it up to one, probably check it out and see if it makes sense to you or you understand, because we are lead with understanding, I mean, we're not lead with darkness and being illiterate and not open. You see me I say? Boy, I'll never get a look for them face like, yo, boy, right there, throw a word for the duds, but yo, me not throw no word. So please excuse me for that, because from time to time,
we have to teach and educate and inform.
If we can.
You know what I mean? So
if we can.
And also get information from the
and we learn ourselves. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because sometimes some of the things them I say, sometimes I get some feedback like, yo, I call people, name calling and this, that, and the third, but it's not really that, people. I mean, if we don't say the things, if we don't talk the things, then, I mean, when I get response from some of the people, them, and some people have a habit of them come on the platform and them hide behind them, whatever. And them talk crap and then them not nothing for back it up. So, I mean, but we still appreciate them people there as well. At any rate, the article is about the future of dancehall and how Audiomack is helping. We're not going to do the alphabetical order. We're going to make Shane touch it first this time, because the last time when I did that to him, he felt a little slighted, I can say.
But no difference to me, man. But it's a big deal. And honestly, I'm surprised that it took so long for somebody like, in our ethnic group per se, or as far as diaspora is the right word, to start doing something in that lane. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of the times we tend to refuse to accept that the world has changed. You get what I'm saying? Not even is changing at this point. It has changed completely.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So the way how a lot of things are being done, not just about regarding music or streaming, but just everything. The way how we watch movies nowadays, if you play video games now, you can download everything online. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of these things have changed literally, and we have to realize that, as opposed to complaining about the changes and how it affects this and affects that, you have to just be innovative and keep up with the evolution that's happening. You get what I'm saying? So it is definitely a big move. Proud to see that happening. And we just have to push it and support it. I see more artists actually posting like, yo, I'm an Audiomack. Like Nez, formerly known as T Nez. I saw him posting, he's an Audiomack.
So hold on, just so we not lose the people them, so them understand what we talk about. Shane, what is Audiomack?
So Audiomack is another streaming service similar to a Spotify, similar to a Apple Music, similar to a Tidal, similar to a Pandora, etc. Right? But it was founded by a group of people in our diaspora, namely Tanya Larson and others, right? So
She didn't
found it.
No. This was founded by two guys. So let's make that clear.
Mm-hmm.
They're not from our diaspora. They're two Caucasians.
I didn't know that.
Founded tech company. She's just working there. I guess she has experience in the music industry, so she's just working there. She was at VP Records before, so I guess she has a lot of experience. So she was delivering it as if she's our ambassador for the company. So I could see all that. But yeah, it's not our diaspora.
Yeah, my mistake on that. But I guess she owned it, you know what I mean? Because from my reading the article, it was as if, she's bringing this to the world.
Right.
In my understanding. So my bad on that part. But definitely, she's definitely pushing a lot on that and having more dancehall and reggae music or artists on board. Not that it's limited to those genres. It's just as any other one for any genre. But she definitely is speaking a lot to the reggae and dancehall, genre.
Seeing?
So yeah, so for me it's a good thing, and like Shane saying, it's a platform, like a streaming platform. The difference between it and Tidal or Spotify is you can upload your content for free, and you can go around the distributor. So if usually we go through Zoja or Appelos or any one of the other distributors. So some of they're going to lose some of their market share by this, but I don't think so, because you could still put out the record with a distributor and still upload it. So it's just an additional platform. The benefit of it is it's almost like a SoundCloud, because you might be able to increase your audience. So this is why we wanted to share it, because from my understanding is it's free. And it should be free in the Caribbean. And people go and check it out and let us know. But that's my understanding. It comes with ads, and that's how they pay for it. If you're wondering, how can they afford to pay the artist? How much they pay? I have not seen that figure. I heard her in another interview, and that bothered me, that she couldn't give a figure. She based it on there's a range, but we're competitive. We know they're all like giving less than a penny per stream. That's a whole nother thing that needs to be worked out. But that does not mean we shouldn't take advantage of this, because
it's free to upload anyway. So.
Right. And the good thing is they have a sector for, she personally, I think, and along with the team, are making an effort to reach out and promote Caribbean music.
Right.
So they're not really in it to say just for the money. And that would make sense to me, because it's not like we know the issues we have with steals. So like YouTube, it's another platform for us. So, I mean, there are big rap artists on Audiomack. It's not like it's not available to other artists.
Yeah.
But they have a section geared to promote our music. And maybe that can get us in touch with this lady, Tanya. All the artists, maybe y'all should learn her name. Send an email. My understanding is they answer the email. And if they like the record, they'll upload it. So I would say all of the young artists, from the article, she's saying most young artists, them on top of it. Yeah. So I just the older artists need to
get with the program.
Get with the program. And just one more key point. And she had mentioned this before in a few episodes back. Things have changed. I think it was our fixed tape review of Popcard. You don't just worry about the money. And she said that in the article. And this is something we also said last episode as well. And I felt some kind of way saying it because I was like, people might get upset. And she said it, don't focus on the money, especially nowadays. You're not really selling much records anyway. So the purpose is just to build content, to build a following, and eventually you can start drop whenever you want, and you can have shows. Obviously, COVID has impacted that, but shows are going to come back.
Yep.
Or whether they go virtual, shows are coming back.
And even so, I'm doing that. It set you up as well for all kind of endorsement deals.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Because, you know, not to get sidetracked, but like I was looking at Travis Scott the other day, and he have some of the most out of the box endorsement deals. I mean, I say, how does he come by these deals? Right. And it's because he have a following, he have a certain level of cult following where these companies know if they put their brand with his, it can't miss. You know, so I think they need to more think bigger, and not just about music and how much I'm getting paid for my music now, here and now in every instance, but how can I build myself, brand myself bigger so that all kind of different companies are coming to me to put my name on something, you know? So that's a big thing.
So based off what I say, I'm based off what I read or that I've read. My next question is, how do you feel about Audiomack as it seems the current vehicle that's helping moving the genre forward? You feel like it will influence others, like the major players in the game, like a Tidal or a Apple Music or whatever, to get involved in the local markets. When we say local market, we are talking about like the Caribbean market, because
they're not really there, right?
Yeah, and that is the thing, access.
Correct. We said this
the
before.
Major access, the major access for people in the Caribbean is Audiomack. And how I came about knowing about Audiomack, so I reached out to one of my cousin, don't know, Kingston 8, big up Kingston 8 stand up. And they asked him about a particular tune. And him said to me, say, yo, man, the tune up on Audiomack, you know, go check it out. You see me? So I said, I said, yo, what Audiomack? Him say, yo, dog, that you don't know the man them a pre down here and be Audiomack, you know, just check out Audiomack, man. And don't know that all of the new things from the artist and them upload it there. So you dig?
Nice.
So, you know, from a younger person, and I'm not exactly young, I'm not a teenager anymore, you know, don't know, one in their 20s and things. We might have a little more savvy in the streets because I run around now, you don't know. Yeah, when him said that to me now, I go like Sabam and pray. Just go preview Audiomack and thing and of course there's a lot of stuff on there, even some stuff where you might not like or whatever. But the thing is, it give the artists them or it give people access. It not only give them access, you know, it is an easy gateway into the music business. You understand? Yeah. Because my issue right now with the current state of dancehall is it's difficult to break into the business. It's almost like you have to have a hit and your name have to ring bells for you to break into the music business. And
you have to have friends in high places.
True.
Right. And we already talk about the gatekeepers and the amount of work where you have to do just to get something moved. For instance, again, I'm going to cut you because you have asked the question and I want to give you a take. I mean, I want to feel about the fact that, say for instance, we have ideas and we can't even connect with the artists themselves. We can't even say, yo, maybe send an email or reach out to him team for say, yo, XYZ such and such. Even for a person who work on a radio station, and, you know, big up to Energy Radio 1. And sometimes it's like me, I say, yo, you know, I'm on a jingle there, I'm on a jingle there. You see me? Because I feel like it compliment the type of music I play and everything. And I always play the artist there. And sometimes it take a whole lot of work just to get a jingle. I'm not asking for a dub plate or anything. And it's not like sometimes it's not like you're big it for free. Not only that, you're promoting the artist by playing it over the airwaves and the radio. And it's sometimes some of the most difficult thing just to get certain things. You see me? So that's why I say now, again, how do you feel about Audiomack as a vehicle to move music forward? Oliver, you can, you know, in the Caribbean, it's in a sense, and based off of what Tanya Lawson said.
I mean, I think it's a good thing. Like I was saying, it's free, right? So free is always good, especially in the Caribbean, because this is something we discussed before, that people might not have the expendable cash to just be paying for this. So it's free. Free for the artist, free for the listener. If you don't want the ads, you can pay, I think, $4.99 or $5.99. That's up to you. Now, on top of that, this is something we discussed. I don't remember if we discussed it off camera or on camera, but we were saying that the reason we're behind in the music too is because of access. We don't have access to streaming. And we were saying maybe there's some way that Tidal or Apple can do a bundle
or partner up with a
phone company or something. I don't know who are the people to talk to about this, but maybe we should try to do this because it needs to be done. She believes, though, in the article that they will follow suit, and I do feel so. And I don't think they can offer the same $9.99 or $10.99 that we pay here. But maybe they can do similar to Audiomack and offer $6 or $5 to the Caribbean. Or have a separate section to the Caribbean. I don't know. But something could be worked out because it would benefit them. They would make money. There is money in it. It's not like we're totally off the radar where we're not moving units. We have some artists moving units. So I don't know. It would be a beneficial relationship. Shane?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, anything that puts the music forward, like we say, because in Jamaica or in the Caribbean, it's like YouTube is the go-to. Naturally, because you don't have to pay for it. You can live with the ads and stream the music for free. And you know, same for the artists that just upload it and that's that. You get what I'm saying? So they do have a system where it's easy and affordable for them to just upload their music and the people can consume it. So that's why YouTube is a go-to, right? So Audiomack gives them an alternative, you know what I mean, which is a big thing.
So we all sound like we are endorse Audiomack people, and yeah, we are endorse it. It sound like we are endorse it because we see the benefits of an Audiomack, especially in our small market, right? The issue that I have and the question that I want to ask though is because you see it a lot before. Does it seem a little exploitative because we don't know the numbers? No one has exactly cleared the numbers with us, which Oliver kind of hinted to earlier, right? We don't know. Okay, so artists upload him track and it do numbers or whatever. You know, it's possible for manipulation.
You know how much, right,
for go on there. But what percentage does an artist make from, and this is what, streams, right? You know, like, is it an audio distribution platform? Can I buy a particular track off there if I wanted the, like, say for instance, it in an MP3 format? You dig? So again, my question is, because we don't want to be naive, you know, and the first person will come off or I look at something, you know what I mean? We just give it everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm glad you asked that question, and I wanted to mention it, but I wasn't, you know, I didn't want the topic to go that way. So, it's fine what they're doing, and I think the culture appreciates it, even though we don't know the full numbers. But it signals to me, because I'm always echoing ownership, that here we go again. We don't own the platform. However, we don't have the advantages of the tech, right? And we don't have the financial support sometimes. This is an idea that we've discussed off camera, that it would be nice to have a tech space in Jamaica, or like a area where we can teach people to code and people about technology, because that's where the world is going.
That's where
and
it's trending.
Jamaica is very progressive, right? We don't want to be left behind again. Well, we're already behind. Well, we're behind here too as well. Black people are not involved in tech as much as other races. We're behind again. So it would be nice if we can get a group of people for, or the idea out there to start put together this kind of organization and build a platform, because we'll be able to control our own numbers. Look, it's still going to be an individual ownership. And that doesn't mean the person will look like you is not going to rob you, same way or exploit you. It's quite possible. But it's a different message when we're kind of supporting each other, and it's people that we know are involved.
For the culture.
Because maybe we won't have to leave to come to America to have this discussion about anything. We can go into our office in Kingston if there was such a place. Appelos is there, right, as a distributor. So it's not far-fetched that we could do our own
Can be done.
streaming platform,
Yeah, man, I'm not sure. All right, so you bring up Appelos, and I just want to say, I don't know if Johnny Wonder still associated with Appelos, but I heard I saw something that he wasn't feeling so well, and sick and thing, and then did have to kind of fly him out of Jamaica and thing, because he had a little episode, you know what I mean? So hoping that dude recovered. So shout out to Johnny Wonder, cause them on the do whole heap of works in this
music industry,
yes. And as one of our legend Bounty Killer said, him kind of credit him for actually breaking the record that led to him to jumpstart in his career, which is Copper Shot. You see me? So hopefully, we just hope for good things from Johnny Wonder. This year and this time of Corona, a whole heap of things are going on, and we are lose people. And even though many people take it for granted, we're not. Yes, we're on camera. We might not be wearing masks and thing, but that's because we're quarantined kind of. You think big? I'm indoors by myself. Oliver and Shane, they're on our ends and they don't know. So yeah, say all of that for ask again. Because again, Oliver and Shane hinted to the internet being that great equalizer. So the access that we did not have before, we kind of in a globalized market right now. You dig? And, even though things may appear slow, from what I'm seeing coming out of Jamaica, the youths, them are get very creative in how them utilize this internet and this, Audiomack and these things to get them content out, right? Now my question is, we see that a lot of the elder artists in the business, right, still a pressure the younger artists because them kind of dislike the direction they might take the genre, or how them choose to express themselves creatively, right? How do you feel about that? Are the elders keeping reggae and dancehall in a box? That's a one question more. The man them want to think about it, and people at large want to think about it as well. You see me? Should the elders be allowed to dictate what is happening in reggae and dancehall? Them two questions. So, Shane?
For me, it becomes such a annoying rhetoric, if that makes sense, because every other elder you talk to is the same conversation, right? And again, reggae was built, or reggae was founded upon rebel, right? Or being a rebel, or have rebel music, right? The dreads, I had dreads at one point, right? And the whole Rasta dreadlocks thing come from being a rebel to society, a rebel to the system, a rebel to Babylon, right? So the whole thing is about being rebellious, right? Now, saying that to say this. Reggae music was founded on the same, new inspiration and different, pioneering a new sound, and, that became reggae. And then you have dancehall, and then it keeps evolving. So when the elders now keep on trying to curb what the younger youths are doing, they were doing the same thing back in their time. To some of their elders saying like, what is this new Booga Yaga sound? That was reggae at the time. No, it's something else. 10 years from now, it's going to be something else. And it keeps happening, not just in our culture, but hip hop, souls became R&B. You know what I mean? So it keeps on happening. So they cannot, and no, they should not be allowed to, and they will never be allowed to. You get what I'm saying? It is a creative art form, and there's nobody who's going to be able to police it the way how they want to police it and control it. Right? My whole perception on it is, it's just a way of thinking. Cool? And I think the breakdown of communication is the biggest problem, because I believe they mean well for the most part. I would hope so, that they mean well. They're not just trying to suppress the youths or oppress the youths, but they mean well. I want to see them do well. But if that is the case, then you need to learn to communicate better. Mm-hmm. See, you know what I'm saying?
So that means I feel like they might keep it in a box then.
They are keeping it in a box, right? And I'm saying I don't think they mean to, but it's just a case where, because they don't like it, they feel like it shouldn't be allowed. You get what I'm saying? Because they're the elders, they grew up in whatever, they are the pioneers, all of that stuff. But at the same time, these kids now, they are pioneering their own legacy. Sure.
Oliver, how you feel about that?
I mean, I think they are keeping it in a box. And so, look, when music influenced music, right? Hip hop has always influenced dancehall and vice versa, right? If we want to go back to these particular old artists that are saying this right now, in the 90s, I think all of them had some kind of crossover record or tried it. No knock on anybody in particular, because Bounty Killer is not doing this, but Bounty Killer had an entire album that sounded like a hip-hop album, right? And I didn't have a problem with that. Vybz Kartel has not been one doing this either, actually. And he has an entire, I remember, mixtape that was all on hip-hop beats, right? So this is not new. No, it seemed to me that the problem is because it's trap now. I think it's the word that's bothering them. And the fact that there's this stigma associated with trap music, that even trap hip-hop is garbage, when that's not necessarily the truth. Because I think you have to listen deeper to the records, and you also have to understand where the people who are coming from who are making these records. So I said before about they doing that. All the kids are doing now is what they were doing. The only difference is, like we said, internet available more than before. Yeah. Music is global. I think most music sound more global than it did before.
So it's a little easier to.
It's a little easier
to access and
not only easier. I think some of the artists them mad them upset, so it's so easy because of how painstakingly and hard they had to work to get into the business. So I feel like there's some. What the proper word? Not jealousy, but not envy either. It's just that them feel like no, this shouldn't be, and because of that, them hold on to their little space where them feel like them have in this industry, and it seems like they're fighting the youths. Like someone want Danmanship, someone want Kingmanship, someone want whatever they want. You understand? But at the same weird. Realizing that you can't stop the youth. You can't stop what grew up from wherever, from grassroots, from scratch. You know what I mean? Because that's the new wave. So the question again, questions are elders keeping dancehall in a box? That I want. I'm gonna answer that. And I personally think so, because it seems that many of them aren't open-minded.
Right.
Like Shane said, some of them maybe intentionally do it, but my experience a thing with elders where them feel like their way are the only way.
Yep.
Right? Like if you don't do it this way, then you can't do it. How much away when we were growing up, right? Even in our own household, because people were kind of in a certain mind state. Yo, if you don't wash the dishes a certain way, yo, you get licks, bro.
Yeah.
If you don't wash it when it's supposed to wash, problem. Me just say that as an example.
True.
You get me? But them type of ways of functioning there, people have to understand, say, yo, them days, they are days of the past. We kind of move at a new speed now, a new, which is what Tanya Larson hinted to. So the sooner the elder statesmen embrace the fact that there is change and music not necessarily a sell no more, you know, it a stream. You see me? And people pay for streaming music, then pay for subscriptions, you know, and you may be able to gain some money from that. I think the better. Just understand, say, yo, is either me gonna accept it or, you know, the vehicle gonna leave me until another trend that things
it
come.
is leaving some of them.
A lot of them.
And to go back to the first topic we talked about, that's why we're also struggling. Because we feel for just up on board. Doesn't mean you have to do trap music, but you need to up on board that things are changing.
Yes.
And the older artists seem to me, like you said, just stuck in a mindset. Everyone does not have to do things the same way. This is what keeps music stagnant.
Yeah. They need to be emancipated from mentally. They need to be emancipated. Yeah. I again, no. The second question is: should the elders be allowed to dictate what dancehall or reggae is? And I don't think so. You know why I don't think so? I'm gonna tell you explicitly why I don't think so. Yes, you have reigned in this genre. Yes, you have put in work and you have toiled to build yourself up to be a big artist, right? But how much of them have real foundations set where them can influence people, educate people, teach them the ways that they feel like are the correct ways of getting things done and build it up from a low-level artist are not even known into somebody that's known or even renowned. Not many of them, right? So you see, if you cannot lead by example, you see if you haven't been doing that over the years, you see, it's all right. You see, if a bounty killer come out and say to me, say, boy, yo, Ray, this, that, and blah, 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 me listen. Not that me gonna take it as word as bond, but I listen because I feel like he has put in that much work in the game, that much skin him up, that much skin in the game, that I'm willing to listen. But when you have some artists,
and not just that, but him actually created a few superstars.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like long living superstars, so to speak. So he would be one of them who knows what he's doing, not just as far as being an artist, but as far as promoting you and teaching you the way to get yourself out there.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
And I think that is what they should focus on, as opposed to trying to tell them how they should be doing music. You get me? Because these kids have their fan base. So how are you going to tell them it's trash?
It's true.
They do move units.
They do.
And they get shows.
And they have them cult following. So
and
you
again,
can't tell them that it's not
right
or it's wrong.
And again, some a platform like Audiomack, right? They have determined that certain people are stars based off the buzz them of analytics, right? For instance, they mention a name Intense. If you don't know that artist, the Intense, I'm gonna go check him out. You see me?
Right. And he might not be the taste for even. I mean, no shot at Intense, but it's not something I'm getting up saying I want to listen to some Intense. Yeah. But It's what the kids are listening to.
Yep.
So who am I to tell them this is not dancehall?
Yes, so everybody have them lane. You get what I'm saying?
I know them just need to make the music grow and realize that there can be more avenues to it. Because the funny thing is, they're arguing about what these guys are doing. Nobody said they can't do what they've been doing. Keep doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
Sure.
Just leave the guys alone.
And I think what a big part of it too is I'm looking at it like, okay, you're here complaining about what these kids are doing. What are you doing? You get what I'm saying? Focus on if you're worried about the state of dancehall going underground.
So then fix it.
You do what you need to do as an artist to build it up
and stop worrying
and balance it out if that be the case. You get what I'm saying? What are you doing? No, don't tell me about what you did 20 years ago.
And because you had some hit records.
And because you had hit records in the 90s and no, what are you doing today to balance out whatever is going on right now? You get what I'm saying? That is the way they should be looking at it. You can't tell these kids what to do, period. And you're just going to be wasting your breath because we are from a rebellious genre, period.
Right.
Well, why are you going to tell an artist that come out now to sound like the 90s?
And I think it comes back to communication as well.
And they're saying authentic. They like to use this word authentic. So authentic stopped at 90s dancehall or 2000.
So to me again, the word there and how they use it, that does answer the question. Yeah,
stifle the music.
Scene, exactly. Yeah. Right. So intense now, if you now know who intense is, remember a one track on name, Anti-Social. If you want to get familiar, you can check out that track there. Another notable artist that the young lady from Audiomack mentioned is Jada Kingdom and Chronic Law. Based off, and Skilly Bang. Based off the attention they're getting and the replays are the streams of their music.
Because the young kids, they might use the Audiomack.
Right. She is forecasting that these people are like breakout stars and can actually make it to the next level. You dig? So why wouldn't we now utilize the statistics and everything generated from a medium like this?
We don't believe in statistics and numbers and actually doing the work.
Again, so that coming like some dunce people thing with F and then Oliver.
I don't know if a dunce thing. I think it's just, look, in any business, you need to constantly change, right?
Yep.
And we fail to be changing. I'm being honest. And that's part of the reason why we're struggling. People keep hearing me say some of the reason because there are more than one reason. Because that's another thing that pisses me off also with the group. They act as if the one issue is the kids are damaging the music. That's the narrative they're sending. You really believe that? I guarantee you today, if these kids stop making music, we still have the issues, if not worse.
It would be worse.
So all up again.
It would drop to the floor.
Yeah, we'll probably a killer when you're dead by, I mean, how much we are, not recite or kind of regurgitate some of the stuff that we are talking about. But we're gonna flow into something else, but it kind of still have something to do with it.
Every week I feel like it's, but they're the ones doing it.